The world is competitive out there. Business is competitive. It is a global world. And not only is it competitive, but you need to find amazing talent, which e-learning can help you out with. So what are the trends in the corporate world when it comes to e-learning? We're going to be discussing
got 5 of them
the
for you.
5 trends.
But first, we have a free masterclass for you so you guarantee the success of your e-learning program. Once you figure out those trends, you want to know how to do it properly. So sign up below with our link to our free masterclass. Get immediate and instant access. The first trend that you're going to hear about, this is the most popular trend out there, is do I need an LMS? Or do I need an LXP? Or do I need something else?
Do I need a BMS? Ooh.
Do I need a BMS? Do I need something else? So the point is there's so many different letter combinations in e-learning out there, it's hard to know what you need. And what you need to figure out is what do your learners need? That's really what dictates it. This isn't necessarily what you should focus on though. It is important to have technology to have e-learning, right? Without technology, you don't have e-learning, you have learning. But learning is more important than the technology, which is why you want to focus on your learners either way.
Don't focus on tech specs, focus on learner specs and make technology decisions based on learners, whether if it's a learning management system, a learning experience platform, a business management system, whatever the case may be, make it about your learners. The second thing is micro learning videos and authored e-learnings. When it comes to content creation, which is obviously extremely important, and you need to have that in order to have e-learning, these are huge trends in the corporate world of creating content in these 2 formats. So micro-learning videos, gone are the days, ladies and gentlemen, where you have a 60+ minute video or a 2-hour,
people
3-hour
still do
video.
it, but you shouldn't be.
Yeah, you should not be doing it. If you're doing it, please break it up, for goodness sake.
This was out of trend like 10 years ago, but people still continue to do it for some reason. And a big part of that is because they don't know how to break them down. They know that microlearning is the way, it's the way of now, and it's the way of the future, it's the way of everything now because of TikTok, because of YouTube Shorts, which is better than TikTok. But basically, people still deliver up these 60-minute courses or 60-minute long videos or 60-minute long authored e-learnings. But what you need to do is break it down into the small pieces. You know it, it's a trend out there, you gotta do it.
The third thing is artificial intelligence and individualized learning.
Yeah, so basically customizing learning for the learner. Now, yet again, this is a trend, but not a lot of people are doing this. You're saying you're doing it, but you're not actually doing it. Start doing it. Collect that data around your learners and customize the program for them so that your employees and your contractors get the most out of your program. And since they get the most out of the program, they're the most efficient and effective individuals on your team. And your team is the most important part of your company.
When you talk about covering topics, boys, Mr. Havey on fire today. The fourth thing is virtual training. Listen, we live in a very interesting world today. We have people that are all over the country, all over the world. We have vendors, we have 1099s, we have employees, you name it. We post-COVID now, there's so much that has changed, and virtual training is super important. How do you do it? How do you execute it? How do you make it engaging? How do you piece it together that our employees are actually going to be engaged throughout it? That is a huge trend right now in the corporate world. How do we create virtual training in this incredible, unique landscape that we're living right now and make sure that we're hitting all of our e-learning objectives
and
goals?
Just because you are now taking that same training you used to do in person, live in front of your audience, your employees, your contractors, your teams, and now you're on Zoom, doesn't mean that you are getting as much out of virtual training as you should be. You shouldn't be doing a 6-hour conference virtually the same way that you would do it in person. You want to break it up. You want to get creative and actually use the virtual part of this and combine it with another trend, the micro part, and your learners will be happy. Now,
and
the
last
fifth trend
but not least
is the one
what,
we're most
Johnny?
excited about, which is all about DAOs and Web3s. So DAOs is a decentralized autonomous organization. So this is very very popular in cryptocurrency, in NFTs, in Web3. But basically what you need to know about DAOs or democratized learning in the education space, in the e-learning space, is instead of an employee wanting to become a manager and going back to an institutional school, so and when we say institution, we're talking about like a university. Instead of having to do that to get an MBA, by the way, I have my MBA, so I'm not like saying getting an MBA is a bad thing, I got it. But instead of having to do that to become a manager, you can look in decentralized options. So you can look at more democratized options. Instead of spending $50, $100, $200,000 on an MBA, now I'll tell you this, I got mine for less than 50. I think it was actually like 25K, but I still went through an institution. There are other options to get your continuous education so that you can get to that next level and become that manager. And DAOs are one way of doing it.
Another way to look at it is this. Institutional learning, you are telling your learners what they need to do. DAOs, it's all about the learner and what does the learner want to do? How do they want to grow to get to the next level?
This is you telling them what to do to get to the next level. This is them deciding what I need to do to get to the next level. And when they are able to be creative, you will get so much value out of your employees.
So, we have that free masterclass for you. It's in the description below. Go check it out. We'll see you there. Thanks for the likes and the subscribes.